A rude awakening for one West Wichita family as a car plows through the side of their house.
A deadly discovery. A man's wife finds him dead after a lawnmower accident in their backyard.
Kansas Turnpike authorities are fighting flooding with construction aimed at making roads safer for drivers.
Well, it could be the worst. It could be the worst intersection in America. A look at a busy LA street with a bunch of close calls. This is Good Morning Kansas.
Now, live from the Cakeland Studios, this is Good Morning Kansas.
Now, sometimes Wichita traffic can be annoying, but it definitely is not as bad as Los Angeles. Not even Rock and Kellogg is as bad as this.
No, it's easy in Wichita, but look at this. No stoplights, no stop signs. What are they thinking? A dangerous LA intersection. A hub for bad things that could happen. Cars seem to drive whatever way they want, without much yielding to other drivers, and some cars sitting in the middle of traffic waiting for their turn, and then a Jeep pulling out in front of a car. I mean, it's just absolute bedlam out there. So on your commute to work this morning, feel lucky.
Feel lucky, yes, that we live in Wichita. Best part of our city really is that we have no traffic problems usually.
You do, but you don't. It's just right there in the middle, you know?
You
There's
think?
traffic, but there's not traffic
There's
jams.
not traffic here.
There's traffic, but not traffic jams.
And you're from Philadelphia, dude.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think you don't know traffic until you live in Philly.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Yeah.
Hey, how about our weather today?
Hey, we're starting off with some shower and thunderstorm activity. Probably not slowing traffic down anywhere. Maybe in Hayes, but I don't think Hayes has a rush hour. Here's Cake First Alert Doppler HD. Zooming in southwest, rain showers, Eggsing, Meade, Ashland, Inglewood area. And then Hayes, Russell up toward Paradise, up toward Osborne, seeing some rain. That's trying to move to the southeast towards Salina. Salina, I think you probably get some out of this, just not a whole lot. 71 right now in Wichita, corner of 13th and West. There, 69 in Salina, 70 Dodge City, low 60s, Goodland, Colby, down to Syracuse. Day planner forecast, highs this afternoon, upper 80s, low 90s, chance for a shower or thunderstorm, and that thunderstorm chance will obviously influence your temperature. We'll track it out with one of our weather models coming up.
Frank, thank you. A developing story now this morning. At least one person hurt when a car slams through the side of a house.
It happened in a West Wichita neighborhood just before 11 last night. Officers say the driver was the only person in the vehicle. He was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No word on whether alcohol played a part in the crash. We expect to learn more at a police briefing later this morning.
A local business owner is dead after police say he was crushed by a lawnmower. It happened at a northeast Wichita home on North Terrace near Oliver. Authorities say it appears the 63-year-old was working on the mower yesterday when it fell on him. Neighbors say his wife found his body.
His wife decided to go out and check on him, and she saw he wasn't moving, and so she came to get help. But according to what the police officer told me, it had been a few hours.
Now, the victim owned a True Cut Above lawn care. Police tell us they'll continue to investigate why the lawnmower fell on him. The Kansas Turnpike Authority making changes to the turnpike to make one area safer for drivers during severe weather. This construction area in the Flint Hills on the turnpike, it may look like any other construction site, but this one is meant to save lives. Since 2003, 7 people have died due to flooding on the Kansas Turnpike. This is what the KTA is putting in place to deal with that. Huge drainage boxes going into place on one side of the roadway currently. In a few weeks, when the southbound side is complete, then the north side will get those drainage areas. Judy Torkelson is related to Melissa Rogers, who died on the turnpike in the Jacobs Creek flood of 2003.
Every time we go roadside 116, that's where they found her. So it's very emotional and very disturbing that that happened.
She travels to the turnpike on a weekly basis and is happy that something is being done to keep water off the roadway when flash floods do happen. She feels the turnpike is safe, but can't help but feel a little bit of heartache at mile marker 116. An update now on a deadly terror attack in Turkey. The world still reeling from the bombing that left 42 people dead, 240 others hurt.
Yeah, this is the face of one of the suspected terrorists wearing a winter jacket on a summer day. 3 attackers, one went to the terminal, another to the arrivals, and the third waited outside on this security video. One of the attackers is taken down by a police officer who approaches and then runs as he sees the attacker attempting to detonate his suicide vest. The horror in Turkey prompting heightened security at U.S. airports ahead of the busy 4th of July holiday.
If anybody here believes that the U.S. homeland is hermetically sealed and that the Daesh or ISIL would not consider that, I think I would guard against that.
But no U.S. airport has security screening prior to entering the terminal. Security experts caution that may be a vulnerability in an attack. Frank has a look at your forecast when we come back.
Good morning, Cakeland. Here's a look at the satellite and radar picture over the past 6 hours. Got showers and storms diving into central Kansas, but both these clusters of showers and storms kind of fizzling out. Let's take a look at this one here that's dying real fast. Meade, you're dry. Ashland, you're dry. Inglewood, maybe a few more sprinkles. Hayes still getting some decent rainfall. That extends up toward Russell and Osborne. That's pushing to the south and east. Salina, I think you may get a little bit of rain from this, but man, it is weakening fairly quick, so we'll see if it makes it there. Here's KateCast, our weather model. I think it does a decent job positioning the rain in north central Kansas, does a horrible job with this rainfall activity in south central Kansas. We're obviously not seeing that right now. Not to say that we don't see some wet weather this morning, but as it pushes that rain south and east, it does weaken. Then in the afternoon, spotty showers and storms firing up north and south central Kansas, slightly better chances further west you go. As far as temperatures right now, we're at 69 in Salina, low 70s, Wichita, El Dorado, 70 Dodge City, low 60s, Goodland, Colby. It's 65 in Johnson City. Afternoon highs, 80s and 90s. These temperatures all dependent on whether or not you get a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. So you get a thunderstorm during the afternoon, your temperature's not going to make it there. Overnight tonight, slightly better chances for rain, low 60s to low 70s. Here's your 7-day forecast. High temperature today in the low 90s. Tomorrow, though, we're looking at lower 80s, so that better rain chance. If the showers stay away, probably be a little warmer than that. 86 on Saturday. Rain starts to fade on Sunday. Monday, Independence Day, looking dry. 86 your high, then heating things back up toward the middle of next week. Salina, Hayes, Great Bend, Russell, low 80s. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, very healthy rain chances through the weekend. Dry on Independence Day, and temperatures increasing through the middle of next week as well. Garden City, Dodge City, Liberal, Elkhart, shower and storm chances. Well, the best ones are between now and Saturday. Tapers off a lot on Sunday. Dry on the 4th. Back to 98 Tuesday, Wednesday. So the heat comes back with a vengeance. We head to northwest Kansas, 86 today, about 10 degrees cooler tomorrow with better rain chances. 78 Saturday, 90s. Next week. So enjoy this brief cool down. Hopefully your air conditioner, your pocketbook enjoys this brief cool down as well.
And people, I think, are already excited for 4th of July. I had my first fireworks in the neighborhood
Did
last
ya?
night. A little early, I got to say. Late at night, but early in the week.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
so.
are loud.
They're all early for us that go to bed early.
Exactly. It definitely woke me up.
We'll be right back. Stay with us, everyone.
Now with sports from all across Cakeland, here's Cake Sports anchor Chase Shannon.
June has been a weird month for Kansas City. 11-14 with an 8-game losing streak and a 5-game winning streak sprinkled in the mix. So much baseball yet to be played, though, this season. And even with a rough ride these last few weeks, they're only a game back heading into last night on a wild card spot. And I know, no talking about this stuff until August at least. Here's the Royals and Cards coming at you from St. Louis. Scoreless in the 8th. Bases juice for Alcides Escobar. He pops one up to right with 1 out. Sac fly scores Christian Colon. The Cards, though, tie at the bottom of the 9th, but the Royals go ahead in the 10th. Finally, check this out. Chris Carpenter with the error. Chesler, Cuthbert able to make it a 1-run game, but St. Louis scores again, and now we're in the 12th inning, but finally another run. Escobar with the double. The Royals are back in the win column, 3-2 the final in 12 innings. You notice no Lorenzo Cain last night. On Tuesday, in the 7th, the outfielder tried to beat out this ground ball. Instead, he'd come up limping with a strained left hamstring. Cain heads to the 15-day disabled list. Meanwhile, rookie Brett Eibner has been recalled from AAA Omaha. Summertime no longer as dead as it used to be for college basketball. Coaches are able to spend a little bit of time working with their clubs. KU's Bill Self has taken full advantage. Unfortunately, though, for him, guys like Wayne Selden and Brandon Green are gone. The two opted to go pro, and neither were drafted. Yesterday on a Big 12 coaches teleconference, Self talked about the NBA's draft rules, saying there have been positive strides made, but a lot of guys go in with a false hope. He wishes there were a way underclassmen could go through and, if not drafted, could be able to keep their amateur status.
But I don't have the answer. And I don't know how important it is to the NBA to come up with the answer, even though they have been very cooperative with the NCAA. We've made great strides, but I think to make some major changes, I mean, that's going to have to be a serious process. It's going to take a lot of time to figure out.
The Wichita Tennis Open in its second year, the UTSA Pro Men's event, a chance for up-and-coming tennis players to get started in professional tennis. And one of the players in the main draw yesterday was Wichita Collegiate product Sam Barron. He just finished up his freshman year at Harvard, and he's using the summer as a chance to improve his game. He'd lose his match, but he says it's still a great experience considering the quality of competition and getting a shot to play right here back at home.
I thought I played pretty well today, serving well, but the kid I was playing was really good. He's been like top 5 in the country all throughout the juniors and stuff, so it was a good match, a bunch of long games, so I was pretty happy with how I played. It was still a lot of fun, and it was nice. But my family came and a bunch of my friends, so it was definitely a lot of fun.
Wichita Heights grad Austin Bonner on the brink of making the U.S. track team in the decathlon. Bonner's off to the Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon this weekend, where he will look to put a high enough score up to earn a spot in Rio. It will be a tall task to qualify, but he says he's feeling confident as he heads to Oregon.
I feel great, honestly. I've been doing a lot of workouts and event work leading up to this, and everything feels really good. So I'm excited, a little bit nervous, but more excited than anything, and I feel like everything's going well.
And those Olympic trials will be July 1st through the 10th in Eugene, Oregon. That's a look at your sports. Have a great day.
And it is time to look now at your forecast here. Meteorologist Frank, what would he say?
See what it's going to be like today, what we should do.
Hey, Frank, do we got sunshine, rain? What do we got?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Mix of sun and clouds today. There's chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Some folks getting a little bit of rain this morning, but this rain relatively isolated, and it's also weakening as it pushes south and east. I think it makes it into north central Kansas. Don't think much of that makes it into our backyard in and around Wichita, but some new development possible this morning, and then a stray shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. Here's the ultra-modern pool and patio swimming forecast. I still think it's a decent day to go to the pool. Just know that there is that slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm firing up. You get under one of those, could drop some impressive rainfall. And speaking of impressive, how about this shot? Bill and Crystal Lowell in Scandia sent this cool shot in. The sun rays breaking through the clouds there. It's our Capture Cakeland pick of the morning, brought to you by All Seasons Construction. You can see more photos like this over at cake.com. You can share yours with us as well. Just post them on our Facebook page. We've got more news, weather, sports, fun coming up on Good Morning Kansas.
So in recognition of his 35 years plus of service to our community, I wanted to present Mike with both a coin of our city and a certificate of appreciation for the great work that he's done in this community. And so, Mike, good luck. Much appreciation, much love from the mayor's office and the city council and the city of Wichita. We truly will miss you.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Good guy right there. Cake's own Mike Ewan, honored on his last day on the air by Wichita Mayor Jeff Longwell.
35 years is a long time, especially 16 years next to you.
Yes,
That's
fantastic
amazing.
time, too. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's been reporting here at Cake TV for a long, long time.
Now let's take a look back on his long career.
Mike Ewan is standing by live at the site of the tent city as construction continues. Mike?
Sally, city workers have been working frantically here all day to get the tent city in shape.
The one and only Mike Ewan started his journalism career after graduating from the University of Missouri in 1976.
But law enforcement officials don't look at it that way. Florida Power and Light charges a general services rate for the electricity on this building. And believe it or not, there are some commercial flights that are taking off. As a matter of fact, one took off right as we drove up.
I had the privilege of sitting beside Mike on the anchor desk for more than a decade in the early morning hours.
You're watching Cake News at 11:30 with Mike Ewan, Jamel Hollaberry.
Mike is a professional, well, most of the time. He's witty, bright, articulate, and a blast to be around. And he loves his Dr. Pepper.
Mike Ewan, reporter. Suave, good-looking, well-dressed.
Well, I'm just told they still need some underwear, men's and women's. New underwear, preferably, not used.
Nothing could be bigger this year than Pocahontas with stuff like this little Miko hand puppet. Hi. You know, Larry Hatterberg was the person who hired me. Smartest thing he ever did, Larry.
I'm putting my application into Wild West World. I've always wanted to be a tilt-a-whirl operator. What? They are? No!
Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you.
Mike has touched the lives of so many people here in Cakeland.
There's one other thing you have
There's
to
just one
be an
more
official.
What's that?
Hey!
One of them you may be able to tell bears a striking resemblance.
With Mike Ewan. Now, Good Morning Kansas.
And he'll definitely be missed.
We just need somebody with a bigger mouth who can eat more cookies.
That's you!
I'm Mike Ewan. I'll have more coming up at 5 o'clock. In West Wichita at the airport. In far southwest Sedgwick County. In Valley Center at the Sedgwick County Election Commissioner's office downtown. Mike Ewan, Cake News.
Going viral this morning, a dad teaches his daughter a lesson about sexy selfies with some embarrassing selfies of his own.
Funny. This is funny, yes. Jeremy Roth has today's. Take a look at this.
In the battle to keep kids' social media posts clean, some parents are willing to fight fire with fire. And by fire, I mean duck faces. This Washington dad has gone viral after he says his daughter refused to tone down her Instagram selfies, which he deemed a little too risque. So that's when this happened. He recreated his daughter's tattoos, broke out the pouty lips, and went the old two wrongs make a right route to send her an embarrassing message. He says she got the point. A police chase in Houston ended with a takedown like something out of Grand Theft Auto. What started as a vehicle chase of two burglary suspects turned into a foot chase when one suspect fled into a field. Watch the police chopper swoop down on the suspect, who then gets hit by a police SUV and finally taken down by a chopper crew member. Both suspects were taken into custody.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Star Trek's iconic USS Enterprise is boldly going where millions of sweaty tourists have gone before, the Smithsonian Museum. To be fair, the model has actually been in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum since 1974, but tucked away in the basement gift shop. The 11-foot model is the same one used in the original series and underwent a painstaking restoration before being beamed up to its new prime location, the Central Atrium. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.